Good evening.
It's funny when I hear about parental involvement. I am a parent of a child. I'm a parent of a child at PS 28. Last day of school, I went to pick up my child, and it turned into a nightmare situation. The police officer came in, gets into my face. I have to back up. I explained to the police officer that if they just check my ID with the papers, the court papers in the file, that I'm actually not the parent that can't pick up the child. And it's funny when I hear parental involvement, because I am a school director in Manhattan, and I do run a school. And the first thing that I know is, in order to get parental involvement, you got to make sure you're listening to the parents. So you can't have parental involvement if you don't want to talk to parents. When I call Dr. Epps, I call him about maybe 35 to 40 times in a 2-day, 3-day period. You would think somebody would just return the call after getting that many phone calls. I'm explaining to him I don't want to make a report. I don't need to go after the police department. All I'm asking for is, why couldn't I pick up my child? That's all I needed to do, was pick up my kid. And the only reason I needed to pick up my kid is she likes to go with me to graduation when I run my graduation at the high school. So Dr. Epps doesn't return the phone calls. Finally, he gets on the phone. He tells me to speak to Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker tells me, this is common procedure. So then I'm like, I don't know what common procedure means. You bring in a police officer to deal with a school matter? If I brought in a police officer every time I had a parent in front of me, we would have at least 6, 7 arrests a day. So then I'm talking to the officer, ignoring the principal at this point. That's not right. The principal should be in charge of the school. When I ask to meet with Dr. Epps and the principal, I get no response. Dr. Walker tells me, look, we already apologized. We called you 45 minutes afterwards, which I'm already in Manhattan by that time, over the bridge, and they tell me, oh, we made a mistake, come pick up your daughter. The principal tells me, oh, we had a miscommunication. Well, how can kids read when a principal can't read? Seriously, shouldn't the principal be able to look at the ID, look at the court paper, which is highlighted, and see, we're talking about 2 different people here. So I don't know how you can get parental involvement if nobody wants to meet with parents. Now, I don't know why people are afraid of a search. I'll tell you right now, if Chancellor Klein said my job, they're going to do a search for my job, that's what they should do. If they need to do a search, they should search. I may still get the job, but the most qualified person should get the position.